Welcome to Real Japan Insight, exploring the why behind living and working in Japan. On Real Japan Insight, we introduce different topics about Japanese history and society in a simple and easy-to-understand way. Today's theme is what are the exports that support Japan's economy? Among all the products Japan exports to the world, cars are number one. Japan's automobile industry has supported the country's economy for many years. First, let's look back at history. In 1945, Japan lost the war. Factories, roads, and many other things were destroyed. The country became very poor. Japan has very little oil and iron. In other words, it does not have many natural resources. So Japanese people began thinking like this. If we don't have resources, then we will compete with technology. The goal was to make high-quality industrial products and sell them to the world. And at the center of the strategy was the automobile industry. By the way, have you heard the phrase "made in Japan"? Today, it is symbol of high quality. But in the 1950s and 60s, it meant something very different. Back then, "made in Japan" had the image of being cheap and easy to break. What changed the image was the idea of kaizen. Even in English, people use the Japanese word kaizen. So, first, let's talk about what kaizen means. What does kaizen actually mean? Let's look at the kanji characters. Kai means to change, and zen means to make better. So, kaizen means changing something to make it better. But where did kaizen come from? After World War II, the idea of quality control came to Japan from the United States. Quality control is a method for keeping product quality consistent. Japanese factories adopted these ideas, but they also developed them in a way that matched Japanese culture. That became kaizen. There are three major characteristics of kaizen. The first is everyone participates. Improvement is not something only managers think about. The people actually working in the factory also share ideas like, "This tool is hard to use. This process could be faster." Kaizen values the voices of workers on the factory floor. The second characteristic is small improvements every day. Instead of making one huge change, companies continue making small improvements little by little. Tomorrow should be a little better than today. The day after tomorrow should be a little better than tomorrow. Over time, those small changes create a big difference. The third characteristic is eliminating waste. Unnecessary movement, unnecessary time, unnecessary inventory. Finding and removing this kind of waste is the core of kaizen. Toyota introduced kaizen into every part of its factories. One especially famous idea is called just in time. It means make only what is needed when it is needed. For example, when a factory needs a certain part, it is delivered exactly at that time. Keeping huge amounts of parts costs money and takes up space. Just in time is a system designed to eliminate that waste. Toyota factories also use a system called andon. Andon is a mechanism that allows anyone to stop the production line when a problem happens. In many factories, stopping the line is considered bad because production slows down. But Toyota thought differently. If there is a problem, stop immediately and fix it immediately. That prevents a much bigger problem later. This is also part of the Kaizen spirit, trusting the people on the factory floor. These methods became known as the Toyota production system, and today they are used in factories all over the world. In America, in Europe, in Asia. Kaizen has become an international word. There are many Japanese words used directly in English around the world. Words like judo, origami, and ikigai. Kaizen is one of them, especially in the business world. If you work for a Japanese company in the future and someone asks for a Kaizen proposal, it means please give us ideas to improve things. So definitely remember that word. Today we traced the history of automobiles, the top industry supporting Japan's exports, and then dived into Toyota Kaizen approach. See you in the next episode.